Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be discussing Muslims and Mormons, the connections we share, and how to build on them. As members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, many facets of our beliefs and culture relate to those in the Islamic faith, from similarities like dress standards and the responsibilities of marriage, to beliefs like a single supreme being and the role that prayer and fasting play. These two religions share many of the same ideas. Although there are differences, as with every religion, we choose to focus on the commonalities. We have been taught, "Judge not, lest ye be not judged," and the Quran teaches, "And do not pursue that of which you have no knowledge. Indeed, the hearing, the sight, and the heart, about all those one will be questioned." End quote. As of December 2015, there are 4,000 LDS members, 13 branches, and 3 districts in Pakistan, so it is more important than ever that we work together. Seeing Muhammad's role in religious history from the perspective of the restored gospel provides great understanding of one of history's most influential spiritual leaders, helps us appreciate Heavenly Father's love for His children of all nations, and gives principles to guide us in building positive relations with friends and neighbors of other faiths. In January 2017, an arsonist targeted a mosque in Bellevue, Washington. When Muslims found themselves in need, the local LDS church donated space in their buildings for their prayers to be held. Quote, "It's really very simple," Gordon Wilson, the church's director of public affairs, said. "It's just neighbors helping neighbors. Jesus said, 'Love your neighbor.' They're right next door. How can it be more obvious than that?" End quote. President Howard W. Hunter said, quote, "A cabinet minister of Egypt once told me that if a bridge is ever built between Christianity and Islam, it must be built by the Mormon Church. I was impressed by his recitation of the similarities and common bonds of brotherhood." End quote. As we continue to move forward in this global economy, it is more important than ever to show mutual respect for others' religious beliefs. Elder Robert D. Hales said, "No one should be criticized, persecuted, or attacked by individuals or governments either for what he or she believes about God. It is very personal and very important." As we show love and respect for Muslims, it is our hope to build those bridges and create an atmosphere of brotherly kindness that surpasses differences and allows us to see one another for who and what we truly are. People who want the same freedoms, opportunities, and acceptance to ensure religious cooperation for Muslims and Mormons here and in Pakistan. Next, Cole is going to tell us a little bit about the humanitarian efforts going on.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has a very prominent humanitarian aid program that is offered to everyone in the world, members or not. This humanitarian aid is not limited to any sort of concern, but those who stand in need of help often find it in the Church. Recently, one of the main areas of aid from the Church has been investing both money and a program to provide a place to live and help people adapt to life in the United States through the refugee program that has been set up. This program started years ago, but has made a recent uptick in aid with a monetary donation in 2015 and 2016, and is still going on today as refugees from the Middle East have been aided by the Church in new homes and living arrangements in an entirely new country. The 4 main countries who have needed help for the refugees of war-torn areas are Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, and Turkey, all of which are primarily Muslim countries. According to Sharon Eubank, Director of Humanitarian Services for the LDS Church, the Church has helped and will continue to help those who remain displaced and homeless in conflict zones or in neighboring countries where they have fled.
Thank you, Cole. Next, Hannah is going to tell us about some of the challenges to religious freedoms we have faced.
In October of 2015, a Muslim leader from Jordan met at Brigham Young University to meet with LDS leaders. During this visit, the Muslim leader promoted a document that encourages interfaith relations. Elder Dallin H. Oak stated, "We acknowledge that the same freedom of conscience must apply to men and women everywhere to follow the religious faith of their choice, or none at all if they so choose, as one of the principles of the Latter-day Saint religion. Both Muslims and Mormons have been discriminated against in various countries and hold strong to their belief in religious freedom. For 2 religions who are fighting for tolerance of all people, they have both had their fair share of intolerance. When the Mormon Church was first started by Joseph Smith, the people of the United States were threatened by them, even to the point of having Joseph Smith lynched by a mob and the rest of the Mormon population subject to the extermination order in Missouri, allowing them to be killed without breaking the law. Meanwhile, Muslims have faced persecution in the United States for a long time, but most recently with a decision made to limit the opportunity of those of the Muslim faith to come to America without going through extensive questions and screenings.
Thank you, Hannah. Now let's see what Dean has to say on the topic.
Here we see a quilt display put on by the LDS Church, showing items from Pakistan. By focusing on what we share in common, like our desire for self-reliance, we can look forward to many opportunities to work together in humanitarian endeavors and art shows.
Thank you, Dean. In 2015, Elder Rasband met with civilian Pakistani leaders who were, quote, welcoming, gracious, and outgoing, and they showed us great respect. They know us and they know of the humanitarian relief that the church has provided to Pakistan after floods and other natural disasters, end quote. We can build on those past experiences as we look to the future to ensure mutual cooperation and endeavor for and pursue religious freedom for all residents of Pakistan. Quote, the creation of Pakistan in 1947 brought hopes not only to Muslims but also to religious minorities. Muhammad Ali Jinnah envisioned a state that represents all communities in policymaking. For Jinnah, the spirit of nationhood was to live in unity, in a political sense as the citizens of the state. Unfortunately, after his death, his predecessors deviated from the ideology he defined, end quote. Hopefully, as we see how much we have in common, we can build on those similarities to find that spirit of nationhood Jinnah envisioned and look forward to a future where Muslims and Mormons in Pakistan or anywhere else in the world can coexist in peace and love, focusing on how similar we are and how united we can be. Thank you for watching our presentation. We are Dean Boyer, Tara Lloyd, Hannah Sartain, and Cole Rast.